Let's go
Ooh,
first.
I'll go first. So the way I got into Goosebumps was honestly, it's funny because the first time I was exposed to Goosebumps was actually not a pleasant experience. Because I've told the story hundreds of times, but the
Where
first time
did
I
Goosebumps
saw
touch you?
Goosebumps,
Show us
You
on the
tell it for.
Slappy.
I've heard it so many times that I could just tell
Show
it
us
for
on the
you.
yeah. Show us on the
yeah,
Slappy doll. Where did they touch you?
like show us where it happened. No, just kidding.
So
No, it
around
was it
chapter
was actually
six.
the Goosebumps TV show was doing a rerun marathon on Cartoon Network, and that was back in 2007. So I was like, God, I was like 5 or 6 at the time. So I was still pretty young. And those promos, honestly, to be honest, made the show look scarier than it really was. Because they were styled in like an 80s grindhouse movie, but they were like the scenes they chose coupled with the voice of the narrator, which is like that really low, like grindhouse announcer, um, was really creepy. And it scared the shit out of me. So I was kind of like, I don't want to watch that. And then whenever I saw like a Goosebumps book or the tapes at the library, I just like really was like kind of freaked out by it because I associated it with that commercial. But it wasn't until second grade that I like finally was like I was bored in class and I went over to our class library and I just saw like a couple of the Goosebumps books and I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's take a look at these because it was like all of a sudden these cover arts look really cool to me. And I really like the stories, I really like the cover arts, and then I was like, I want to read more of these. And
M. Jacobus strikes again.
yep, hey, that's how they get that's how he gets you. He's the
That's
hook.
how you
Well,
got the
see, and that's
goose.
the thing. That's what where our podcast kind of like evolutionized. Because the moment we had Tim Jacobus on, which was episode 3, that's when we were like, why don't we reach out to more people, see who we can get? We honestly didn't think we'd get replies back from anyone. We were just like, screw it, let's see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. I
Mm.
And was,
Mm.
surprisingly, we yeah. started getting multiple replies back. Like people were really interested in talking about their time with Goosebumps, whether that was an artist like Craig White or the actors, production crew, prop masters, all that stuff. I mean, we've talked to everybody, and we have even people from the comics coming up, and um, the graphic novel that's coming out in September and things like that. So, I
We're
mean,
gonna
we've
have
expanded whatever we can get our hands on that Goosebumps has had their hands on.
and we're also gonna have
So,
crossovers with other Goosebumps podcasts and YouTubers as well as other just horror YouTubers in general. We're currently in talks with the Daniel and Matthew over at Welcome to Deadcast. We're in talks with Cody Leach, who's a horror movie reviewer, James Rolfe, who you guys may know as the Angry Video Game Nerd. It's very likely he could be on in October. So like even like again like people who even aren't directly involved with Goosebumps but maybe grew up with it like we did, we like to get those opinions too. And there's been people who are involved with Goosebumps in a way, but also are big Goosebumps fans like Ben Cockell, who we just had on. Um, he wasn't a super big Goosebumps fan, but he knew a little bit about it and he was able to talk about like how he read some of the books going into the new show, and just his kind of thought of things behind the scenes.
He
Uh,
knew enough. He said original 62, and I was like, hey,
yeah.
he
good enough for
knows
us.
original 62. Oh my god.
There's some people who've been on Goosebumps who probably couldn't name any Goosebumps books with a gun to their head. So when you get someone like it
True.
who knows about it, it's like, wow, well, hey, it's pretty neat. It
We
makes the
should play the
discussion a
guess
little
that
more.
emoji. Guess that emoji, the Goosebumps. You remember when they did that with the movie and they had like guess that emoji, which Goosebumps book it is? And it was like the
Oh,
camera, death, and it was like say cheese and die. And there was like that looked like such a fun game that
Oh,
they
I thought
played
that
when they
was
did
Monster
like
Blood.
yeah, and then there was like monster, and then it was just blood. Like that's such a fun thing to do when it was like for Goosebumps. But for Goosebumps, it'd be boring if it was anything else, or maybe Star Wars. Nick might be fun, but
yeah, maybe. So,
Anything Star Wars.
whose origin
Space
story
Next
is
apparently
next?
Jack.
yeah, mine's short and sweet. This got me into Goosebumps.
That's fair.
I saw this book cover when I was at my cousin's place in New Zealand, because he's like, "Leave me alone, you little kid. Okay, you're annoying me. I'm trying to play my Simpsons game, and you're pissing me off. So, go read a book." And I was like, "Okay." So I went over to his little desk, and there was like all the Goosebump books, and this guy was on top. And I stared at it for about 30, 40 minutes. I was mesmerized. And he said, "You look like a weirdo." He was like, I was about to like call someone because I didn't know what to do. You were just like, and I'm like, I fell in love with Slappy. It was love at first sight, literally, with a ventriloquist dummy. Okay, and then yeah, then it just became what it is. The collection where I had now. Let's put it this way: I have no money now because I spend it all on Goosebumps. So I'm a poor guy. Well, people tell me, no, you're rich. You've got Goosebumps currency. And I'm just like, oh right. They're like, you are technically rich,
So
but it's just
kind of
it's
like
in
Trump.
Trump.
You're cash poor.
I'm cash poor, but I got like lots of
Isn't
stuff.
that what
Like
Family Guy said? You're cash poor.
I got like
Oh,
this
and that
guy.
led to the big fight. Yeah.
Yeah, that led to the big fight between him and Peter, which was hilarious. But anyway, yeah, it's good stuff.
So what's your origin
Yeah.
story, Nick?
Oh, it's a tale of villainy. No,
You
it's
grew up
pretty
in the
simple. I grew up
90s.
with
Joker.
Joker, so,
How did you
as Jake
become the
knows,
Joker?
I grew up with Jake. So, you want to know how I got these scars? Um, no, I don't have a really cool origin story like that. I just was like, Scholastic Book Fair, saw the Haunted Mask book. I was like, that looks badass. Picked it up. From then on, the '90s craze of Goosebumps happened, and the show happened, so my obsession grew.
And
Because
glue.
I absolutely love the mask. Got me into mask collecting, and if I had the talent for it, mask making would have been cool. But say
And
la
now
vie.
you know
Thankfully,
my
other people make
cool
masks that are
fucking
really
backstory.
cool.
I mean, yeah, it's
With the
obligatory.
smiling friends reference.